Hello, how are you guys doing? Happy Thanksgiving. You're watching this on Thanksgiving, and I am currently putting my filming stuff away. I filmed 2 Peterisms videos. One that I am posting here in just a moment, and another one for tomorrow because I wanted to have a video to go, a Peterisms video to go up on Thanksgiving. The one I did today was like about my first year sober, and it was very emotional. I don't know why I got so emotional talking about it, but I did. And then I went and I filmed a rant video. So my video tomorrow is a rant video. And then I talked to Tanya, and then I talked to, I've been running around the house, up and down the stairs, made the dogs dinner. Then I was talking to my friend Valerie, because we're gonna go to the casino tonight later, and I'm so excited. And Alex is going out with some girls from work. They're going to some, I don't know, like let's go have a glass of wine kind of night. So he was like, if you can come if you wanna come. And I was like, I think I'm gonna hang out here and eat a little dinner, because I'm getting ready to make my dinner. And then I think that I will go to the casino with Valerie, because that's what I had planned. She just got back into town, and I'm excited to see her. And we have to go kind of earlier because it's gonna be packed tonight, and she's got Thanksgiving at 1. My Thanksgiving doesn't start till 3. My videos are ready to go up for tomorrow. I'm so excited for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. And then I will resume to making videos on Friday, whenever I wake up that day. So anyway, I like chipped my nail. Oh, it's my other nail. It is so bad, you guys. It's like you can't see, but like a corner of it is off. I have to go trim and file my nails. I need to get, I said emery board to Alex the other day. He goes, you mean a nail file? I go, yeah, emery board, that's what they're usually called. I need to go get another emery board because I can't find the one that I had. And I like to file my nails down so that they're a little smoother on the edges. I'm weird about my nails. Have I told you guys that before? So, anyway, oh, Tucker's done with his dinner. Are you done, Tucker? How was your dinner, buddy? How was your dinner? Come on, come up here. Aw, my little guy. Because PP's had a hard time eating his food, and we're trying to get rid of the chicken and the rice that Alex has already made, because he made like enough for like 6 days. So I put some water in it and I pureed it up so that it was just kind of a little bit softer. He's still like just picking at it. He goes in, what he does is he goes in there and he picks. This is so funny, watch. What are you doing, huh? What are you doing, Tucker? Tucker! Tookie! What are you doing, Tooks? He's so cute. Tucker's like the only one of all 3 of them that has like retained all of his color. Yep, you're getting groomed next week. There's Boo! Come on, Boob. He says, hello, Dad. Boo Radley, how are you? He says, I'm doing okay today, Dad. How was your dinner? He said it was really good. Did you get extra dinner tonight? I got lots of dinner tonight, and it was real good. So, yeah, they're getting groomed next week. Aw, my little baby, come here. This is my baby doll right here. So anyway, I like put some water in his chicken and rice, and I pureed it. But the thing is that PP only likes to eat the chicken. He doesn't like to eat the rice. So, yeah. See, he's just like sniffing around the rice right now. Now, yesterday what we did was we took it up, and because like he'll eventually just like walk away from it. But the weird thing is with the baby food mixed into it, he eats it like that. So I've got to go get some soft food that they'll like. The vet gave us a couple recommendations for different kinds. But we took it up last night, and then like an hour later, we put it in the fridge, and like an hour later we brought it back down and warmed it up, and he ate it right away. So, I mean, I know the little guy's hungry and he wants to eat. Yeah. Well, I should go post my Peterisms video while I'm thinking about it. I am currently, I'm not showing you this table because it needs to be dusted, it's so dusted. But I currently have I am using the candle waxes that are Glade Tree Lighting Wonder Fir Needles, Spruce, and Eucalyptus. They're fantastic. I have them in both candle wax melts. So you can see over there. And then also, right there. And then I also have this candle burning over here that is Spiced Apple Toddy. And I love it. And I think it's from Bath & Body Works. And I'm about to make dinner. I can close this cabinet now because I was gonna, well, I guess I'll put you guys back up there in a second. I'm gonna put this video up. I don't really have anything to put the camera on. Oh my God, you guys, I haven't, oh, here, I'll put them in these books. These Harry Potter books over here. I would love to tell you guys that I woke up today and I lost more weight, but I'm not weighing myself every day. But if I was, I woke up and I lost more weight today. Okay, hold on, how do I, that's too high. How about if I just put a pen underneath there? What would that be like? That's still kind of too high. Here, I have to slink down like this. Okay. Closed. Hi! I came up with an idea last night, and I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but I'm thinking about it. I'm going to tell you about it in just a second. I did a Peterisms video today because somebody had commented on my video and they asked me to do a video about like my first year sober. And I actually thought it was a fantastic idea for a video because I'm trying to make a lot of videos on my, what do you call it? Shoot. I'm trying to make a lot of videos about my addiction and my recovery, counting down to my sobriety birthday, which is December 17th. So, I mean, I've talked a little bit about this and that from my first year sober, but I haven't talked a whole lot about it. And so I thought, well, this is a good opportunity for me to do that. This video ended up being, you guys, like so long. It's like 20 minutes long, 21 minutes long or something. I don't know how long it is, but I gotta get my phone because I gotta pick my thumbnail for this. So I went in and I talked about like what it was like my first year sober. And you know, I sometimes forget like that my first year sober was so much about, I'm sorry to be like having to lean down like this. Oh, my husband called me. I forget that my first year sober was so much about just not picking up and how difficult that was for me, you know? Just to go to meetings, not use, not be around the people. I didn't say that in my video today, I should have said that. You know, changing people, places, and things, not hanging out with the people that I used to hang out with. Just doing the things that were uncomfortable to me, you know? Like, and I think change comes from when you're not comfortable about doing something. And, hold on a second. I'm literally just going to screenshot the beginning of this, put it at the beginning. But I think change comes from when we do things that are not comfortable to us. And, you know, that was the year that I was willing to, well, I mean, a lot of years I've done that, but that was the first time that I had ever been willing to do things that were not comfortable for me, that were outside of the norm, you know? But I was still resistant as hell, and I talked about that in my video today, that, there were a lot of things that like I would say, why? I don't understand why I have to do this, why? You know? Well, you know, and like one of them, and I'll do a whole video about this, but one of them that I did what I wanted to do was I dated in my first year of sobriety, which is a bad idea. Don't, you know, if you're early in sobriety, don't get into a relationship. For a couple different reasons. It's like, you know, first of all, you don't really have anything to give anybody else that early on. You know, the other thing is that you deserve a year to yourself to just focus on yourself and get to know who you are, if that makes sense. So, you know, you want to take that time to yourself. I'm going to start putting up. I wonder if this would work better. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's better. You know, you want to take that time to yourself. You want to take that time to... hold on a second. Now it won't let me do this. you want to take the time to yourself, you know, to get to know yourself and to do the work on yourself. And in that first year, I think especially, it's like, you know, I mean, all the fear that you have and all of the stuff you've done in your life and the people that you're angry and resentful at and the people that are angry and resentful at you and rebuilding relationships, you know, it's not like the greatest time in the world to like get into another relationship. Thus, the reason why I did it, because, you know, but I made it out. Sometimes I wonder how. And those 2 relationships that I had in that first year, like I wouldn't, like going back, I learned a lot, even though, I mean, both relationships could have got me using again, hands down, and not because they used, which they both did. My first boyfriend that I got literally right out of treatment, he drank, but not alcoholically. And my second boyfriend, the one that died not too long ago that I found out about, he smoked pot, like a lot. Oh my God, the battery's about to die. So, moral of the story, do not get into a relationship your first year of sobriety. I'm gonna get this video uploaded or starting to render and make my dinner, and I'm gonna call my husband and see if he's probably on his way to go up for wine night. And yeah, and then I will be back in just a little bit. I'm gonna charge my battery. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm back. I just finished my dinner a little bit ago, and I had a rather hefty dinner tonight. I ate 2 morning, okay, this is what, I had a lot tonight. I was so hungry, I hadn't eaten all day. I had 2 Morningstar breakfast sandwiches, and I'm still like, I've only eaten like half of my calories for the day. That's what's crazy. But I need to be spreading it out and eating a little bit at a time. That's what I should be doing, but I kept on forgetting to eat today. So I had 2 Morningstar breakfast sandwiches. I kind of wanted breakfast. I actually took a picture of it and I texted it to Tanya and Alex, and I said, when you want Hardee's breakfast or Denny's, but you're trying to eat healthy, listen what I got. Okay, the major grand slam of health. So I got, I had 2 Morningstar breakfast sandwiches. I had 4 sausage links, Morningstar sausage links. I wouldn't say the sausage links are my favorite. Now, they're less calories than the other. You can eat 4 links for the price, for the same amount of calories as 2 patties. But I just didn't love them. I just didn't think I don't know, I had them before. I mean, long time ago, because I remember the taste as soon as I put them in my mouth. They're like soy-based. But anyway, I had 2 breakfast sandwiches. You guys are gonna be like, that's a lot of food. 4 sausage links. I mean, you know, veggie sausage. 2 sausage patties, Morningstar. A half a cup of blueberries. And this Nature's Valley peanut butter bar. That was my dessert, see? And then Crystal Light pink lemonade. And then, because I'm about to fall asleep, I'm so tired, I don't know why, my day's caught up with me. I feel like I've been so productive today. I made some Starbucks cinnamon dolce coffee. And I need to get another one of these. I like this, but I don't like, it's like kind of stained and stuff. I used to take it to meetings with me all the time, so. The Starbucks Cinnamon Dolce Keurig. It's like my favorite right now. I kind of go through phases, but this is my favorite right now. I'm usually not a big fan of flavored coffee, but you guys like flavored coffee. My mother loved hazelnut coffee. Everywhere we would go, she'd say, oh my God, they have hazelnut. I'd be like, okay, Mom, it's just not that genius of an idea, but she would get so excited about it. So that was always an easy buy, you know, hazelnut coffee. And then she'd say, oh, I'll save it for a special occasion. I'd be like, Mother, it was like $3.49. Just drink it. Make some and let's drink it right now. But anyway, I'm not big on drinking flavored coffee, but whenever I'm in the store and I'm buying them, they always sound so good to me. And so I always end up buying them. But I really am just kind of like a regular coffee drinker. So yeah, I made this. I was gonna say something else about coffee. What was I gonna say? Now I don't remember what I was gonna say. I miss drinking coffee with my mom. I used to go over there. I go over there after meetings or, you know, just any random night, and we would sit around and talk and drink coffee, and it was fun. I miss those days. I just talking to her. Whenever I would go to like holidays, like at my aunt's house or whatever, like, you know, cause like, so it's early for my family. So we're doing like 3 o'clock tomorrow. By 5 o'clock, 5:30, it would be over. And my aunt and uncle would go home because they would like, my aunt she used to go to bed at like, literally like at 7 or 8 o'clock every night. Or she'd be in her pajamas by like 6:37 and then in bed reading. She read like a book a day. The last couple years that she was alive, she read like a book a day. Can you imagine that? So anyway, we were at like, at dinner one night, and we went to this dinner right actually down the road here at this place called Daddy Jack's, and this was the time that Susie was in town the last time, and we were sitting there, and I said, or was it? Maybe that's when because Alex and I went out to dinner with my aunt and uncle quite a bit. I think it was when we just went out to dinner with my aunt and uncle. It was just the 4 of us, and Alex was like, something about, oh, Peter reads so much, blah, blah, blah. I think this was actually even before I was on YouTube. And she said, well, how many books do you read? Like a week or something. I mean, we always talked about books. My uncle was a huge reader too. My aunt and my uncle read very like popular fiction. Like my mom always read the stuff that, you know, was kind of deep and intellectual, you know, or autobiographies or something like that. My dad's very similar to that too. But like my uncle would read like mysteries and thrillers he loved. And he would read like this series, like, who's the guy that writes, oh God, his favorite of mine is Void Moon, and it's actually a standalone. But he wrote about, he wrote The Lincoln Lawyer, or was that John Grisham? I don't think it was John Grisham. Why can't I think of this guy's name? But he would read like Jonathan Kellerman, and is that Jonathan Kellerman? I don't think it is. But he would read all these, anyway, he would read those kinds of mysteries. He would read like the Bourne, you know, Jason Bourne series. He liked all that. My aunt, she would read like everything that was on the bestseller list, plus romances, Danielle Steele, that kind of stuff. And she read constantly. And my cousin got her a Kindle, and she loved it. And at first she was really resistant to it, but then when she figured out that she could just go on there and just order all these books, she was like obsessed with it. She just read a book, order it, read it. And that Tanya's the exact same way. Tanya was so resistant to the Kindle idea when she like got it, and Tanya doesn't even read on her Kindle. She reads on her phone. Like Tanya has a bigger phone than I do. Her phone's probably like that, and she reads on her phone. She just lays on the couch and reads on her phone. Tanya reads about a book a day too. But so anyway, but Thanksgiving back in the day, or Christmas or Easter or whatever, we'd be done real early because my aunt and uncle would want to get home and get in their pajamas, and my uncle would maybe sometimes go to a movie after a holiday. You know, he loved to go to movies. So he would take Caroline's son and go see a movie or something like that, or he'd go by himself, or he and Caroline would go. And so my mom and I would be done, so I would go back to my mom's house, and we would sit there, and she'd make a pot of coffee, and we would just sit and talk for hours and light candles and incense. My mom loved incense. I miss incense. Alex can't stand incense, so I haven't burned any incense since my mom passed away, and I've been in that house. I actually have a bunch of incense where we keep the candles. We like keep all of our candles that we buy and people give us gifts. We keep them all in like this cabinet, and I have them all in there. And then I have I have incense in there too. My favorite incense is Nag Champa incense that comes in that blue box. You know what I'm talking about? I love that incense. But I guess, you know, like my neighbor this summer, I noticed that she was like burning incense outside, and I thought that's actually a really good idea. Like, I mean, my neighbors to the other side, they're there this weekend, but they're not there that often. They're like, you know, they come and go. So, I was like, I could burn incense outside, you know, just like a candle or something. It's kind of a good idea, you know. Oh, I miss those days with my mom, going over there and talking after holidays. That was fun. And then I would stay till like 10 or something, and then I'd go home and I'd watch a movie and go to bed. But anyway, yeah, that was what I ate today, and I'm full right now, obviously. I seem to do better when I space my meals out throughout the day. And you know, like when I eat like a little breakfast and then a little lunch and then a snack and then a little dinner, like I do better. And it's also, I think, better for my weight loss too. Like Alex was telling me, it's like as far as your metabolism and stuff like that's better to do that. So I need to do that. But anyway, what was I gonna say? So I got up today. I can't even remember, but anyway. Got my coffee, ran errands, came back. I was gonna take a shower, but I was like, I just trimmed my beard and shaved. And to make my videos, I like just went and got 2 clean shirts from the basement. And then I'm gonna take a nap when I get done vlogging, a nap at 10 o'clock at night, because it's 9:12 right now. But I'm gonna lay down for like 45 minutes or an hour, and then I'm gonna get up and take a shower, and then meet Valerie at the casino tonight. I'm very excited. We talked on the phone for a little bit. She was leaving the mall, and she was, she just gone to Nordstrom, and she was exchanging a sweater, and then she was going to get something to eat. Soup, I think is what she said. She said it was from this place called Soup or Zoop or something like that. And then I got off the phone with her, and I think that was before I actually fed the dogs and made my dinner. Anyway. So, yeah, so I'm gonna lay down, take a shower, and then go meet her. And Alex said he doesn't know how late he's gonna be out. I was like, oh, he went out to dinner with his girlfriend that he works with on Wednesdays first. And she's from Venezuela too. And her whole family is out of town. They're all in Miami. And her brother that lives here as well, he just flew out tonight to go to Miami. So she, her boyfriend is coming into town tomorrow. Tonight or tomorrow? Late tonight or tomorrow, I don't know. So anyway, Alex invited them over to his family's for Thanksgiving tomorrow night, which was really nice. And so they're out to dinner, and then after that he's going to, and I don't know if she's going with him or not, but he's going to meet up with the girls that he works with at some bar in like the north side of Indianapolis. It's like one of those loungy, to be seen kind of places. I don't mind those kind of places. It's interesting because now that I've lost a little bit of weight, I'm kind of like, I think I could go out. Like last night he texted me and he was like, hey, Jason has another ticket to Lewis to Child. Do you care if I go? And I was like, no, why would I care if you want to? Oh, because I was with Tanya, I was coming home. And, this was like before I went to my meeting, and I usually like come right home after the meeting or whatever if I don't go get something to eat with Tanya. And he was like, do you care if are you gonna go out to eat, or do you care if I go, or something like that? I was like, no, I don't care, go. But anyway, why was I telling that story? Oh, last night when he said that, I was kind of thinking to myself, I think that'd be kind of fun to go out tonight. Like, and I don't ever feel like that. And you know what I realized was how much of my lack of interest, like a lot of my social anxiety and not wanting to go out and do stuff, has to do with my body image. I mean, honest to God. And now that, even though it's just been 2 weeks, I'm feeling just a little bit better about all of it. I mean, it's not like I've lost a shit ton of weight, but I've lost a little bit, and I'm starting to feel better about myself. I'm kind of like, I think I'd like to get, dressed up and like go out and have some fun. And, I just didn't want to go and sit in a bar while they're sitting around having glasses of wine and, Do you ever go with your like partner to like work stuff like that? Like their Christmas party, I think, is next weekend. But do you ever like go to work stuff with your husband or wife or partner or boyfriend, whatever, and girlfriend, and you're sitting there and all they talk about is work, and you're like, this is so boring, why am I here? Like if it's a Christmas party, that's one thing, right? But and you have no idea what they're talking about. So I just don't go to that stuff anymore. Back in the day when Alex and I first met, there were like 4 girls that he worked with, and all of them had boyfriends, and we all went out together. It was like 5 of us. Every Wednesdays, we would go to this place in Noblesville in the north side of Indianapolis, and it was called Moe's, and it's like this bar restaurant. If you live in Indianapolis, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's real fun. Well, they used to do karaoke every Wednesday night, so we would all meet there, and we would close the place down. This is like literally like the first 2 years that we dated, and it was so much fun. Oh my God, we had so much fun. And I'm gonna go down here just a little bit. I've never been down here. It says turn only. I wonder if this comes back though, because I don't know how to get. That would be not a good idea if I got lost. I've never been down here, so I think I'm gonna go down here a little bit. Hello. It's pretty down here. I'm in like the heart of Zionsville now. Oh my God, some of these homes are gorgeous. Zionsville is known for having like massive, beautiful, but very, very intricate houses. And these look like kind of older neighborhoods. But anyway, I love just driving and looking at houses. Do you guys like to do that? I love to do that. So, of those 4 couples, okay, I have to think. The one girl and her husband are still married, and I'm real good friends with both of them. And then the other one, okay, no. They were boyfriends and girlfriends, but they got married. We went to their wedding. And the other one, they got married. We went to their wedding. Another one, they got married, we went to their wedding, and she's now divorced and remarried, and she's the one that we went to go see her baby not too long ago, and had dinner over her house with her new husband, who's fantastic. And then another one, what is this school? I have no clue, like, really where I am right now. I probably should turn around before I get too far away. And then another one, she completely changed fields. Like, she does something completely different now. And she's married and has 2 kids. The first one has 2 kids. And, okay, so, and then who's the... Oh, and then the other one was a girl, and she didn't have a boyfriend. And I don't know if she has a boyfriend now or not. Like, she doesn't work with Alex anymore, and she hasn't for quite some time, so I don't know what's happened with her. What is this? Oh, this is Zionsville High School. I thought it was a middle school. Anyway, I need to get out of here. Like, I'm so confused where I am. It's pretty in here though. All these suburbs on the north side of Indianapolis kind of all look the same. Zionsville, Noblesville, Carmel, Westfield. Westfield's like older, but it's newer. Like, the neighborhoods are newer, but it's been around for a really long, well, they've all been around for a long time. But anyway, yeah, we used to do that like our first 2 years that we were together. And we would go do stuff with these couples all the time. We did tons of stuff with couples. Bonfires and housewarming parties. And, you know, then when everybody's like getting married, there's engagement parties and there's, you know, okay, so since we're the gay couple, we would have to go to all the bachelor parties and all the bachelorette parties, which was really like, you know, bridal showers, had to do all that. But like the bachelorette parties, you know, that's a weekend out of town. So we would do all that. Our one friends this one year, they were like, she was having her bachelorette party. This was the last wedding. I said, because they would always put us in the weddings, which was really nice. But, you know, I was so much older and I kind of felt out of the loop about all of it and stuff, you know. So we would always be on the wife's side, or they put like one of us on the wife's side and one of us on the husband's side. So the last wedding that we were part of with our good friends, and I love my friend that's the husband in the relationship, but I mean, like, he's the husband, she's the wife. You get what I'm saying? Okay. But anyway, but he's very much like workout-aholic, and all of his friends are like, whew, and they're all really nice, and I know all of them and stuff, but I was gonna be on his side, okay, and Alex was gonna be on her side. And we had met them, like, we both as a couple started dating like the same summer. And, but Alex was always just a little bit better friends with her, and I was a little bit better friends with him. But like, we were really equally friends with both of them, you know? Like, it wouldn't have been weird for either one of us to go and do something with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like Alex was her friend, whatever. Like, we were pretty equally both her friends. Well, the bachelorette party weekend and the bachelor party weekend comes up, and she decides that she's going to go to Chicago and get a suite. Is this main road? And get a block of suites at the Public Hotel. And then they're going to go out downtown to all these clubs, right? Like these high-end clubs. And they're all going to wear white, and it's in the summer. It's going to be real fun. So Alex gets invited to go with her, okay? Because they've now split us up. Guess what I got invited to go do? Camping in West Virginia. I was like, oh, no, I don't think I can do this, okay? I don't know that I can be out in the middle of nowhere with no cell service with all of these dudes that are like, you know, husky as shit, and they're all huge drinkers. And I was like, I don't know that I can do this. So I called her, and I was like, I mean, I knew hers was gonna be a party weekend too, but I was like, you know, I can at least walk away from it. I'll be, you know, I'll have cell service if I need to call a friend or my sponsor or whatever. Like, I can't, you know. She was like, yeah, totally, do whatever you want to do. So we got a room at the Public Hotel, and I went to Chicago. And nobody's feelings were hurt. I always get all concerned about that kind of stuff, you know? Like, somebody's feelings are going to be hurt, or what am I going to do if they don't like it, or whatever. It's like, people just don't even really care that much, you know what I mean? It's just not that deep. It honestly isn't. And then we were in their wedding, and it was fantastic. We read at their wedding, or we wrote a little thing out. God, I'm almost out of this chapstick too. I'm like almost out of all my chapsticks. That Pat McGrath chapstick, I can't remember who sent it to me, but I feel bad that I can't remember who sent it to me. But it is such a fantastic, I've been using it. So it's the one that has the lips on the side, okay? And she gave me two, and she said, give it to somebody that will like it, blah, 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 whatever. Well, a lot of stuff that people send me, if it's stuff that I won't use, I give it to Tanya. And I was gonna do a giveaway, but I had the containers next to each other. They were like in this like box. I was so happy to get these, and I didn't remember which one I had opened and used. So I was like, I'm not gonna send one of these away that I've like, I don't even know if I've used or not. So I gave it to Valerie. And because she's just been such a dear friend to me and so supportive. So I was like, I gave that to her and surprised her. She was so excited. She was like, oh my God, I've wanted this. I was looking them up online and blah, 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 whatever. So, but I've been using that Pat McGrath chapstick. Well, it's lip balm, right? Like every day. Well, I have it sitting right next to the computer. So whenever I'm working at the computer, like you know how much I put on chapstick. I'll put it on, right? And maybe because I've been doing like lip scrubs more lately and stuff, I don't know. But I hate to use this word, it's so cheesy. Should I even say it? Supple. But like, I've really noticed that my lips like are a lot softer lately. And I've really been, I've been using that Pat McGrath lip balm consistently. Like, I really believe in it. And the only thing is about that one and the Chanel is that, like, I feel like they're gonna, like, you know, chapstick, it's like you can open it, it's like you can press down hard on it, it's not gonna break off. Those almost feel like a lipstick, like they're gonna break off. Do you know what I mean? And so you have to be kind of careful with it. I don't know, maybe I need to start using the Chanel more, because, you know, I said that I thought the Chanel was just basically a chapstick, and that, you know, she was like, oh, but there's essential oils in it, this woman at the counter. I was like, yeah, essential oils to the tune of $38. And I was like, but, you know, maybe like I need to try it out more. Maybe it really would, you know, smoothen out my lips and stuff. I'll tell you one thing that's interesting is I've always loved like beauty product stuff. And you know, when I was as a kid, like I was always doing hot oil treatments on my hair. Do you remember that? And my parents didn't give a shit about any of that kind of stuff. I'd do face masks at 5 years old. Nobody cared. I mean, my dad and my mom were so cool with all that stuff. I feel so blessed to have the parents I did. Like, yeah, do whatever you want to do. Anyway, I trimmed my beard today, and I even trimmed it around here, and my nose is itching me like crazy. But, so anyway, I'm so into that. So I was doing hot oil treatments, you know, when I was growing up. In high school, I loved to do them. And always trying different kinds of shampoo and conditioner. And I know those hot oil treatments probably aren't that great for your hair. I mean, nothing that you put in a mug and microwave can be that great for you, okay? Let's just be for real. Do you remember that, though? Oh, my God, it'd burn your scalp, then you'd leave it on there forever. I love that stuff. And I was always coloring my hair. I always loved to do face masks. I love all that beauty stuff. I have for a long time. I mean, I think a lot of people think, oh, this is just a guy that likes talking about the beauty, you know, stuff, but he doesn't really know anything about it. I mean, like, what's interesting is it stopped, and I don't even know where it stopped, so I'm just gonna assume it stopped when I was talking about this. But I was talking about how much, like, I like the beauty stuff, and, you know, and that, like, I think a lot of people are, like, kind of like, oh, like, you know, how did this guy, you know, what does he know about all this kind of stuff? What's interesting is if you ask my friends in high school, what they would have said to you is, Peter always had Vogue magazine, you know, Peter always had ID magazine, which back in the day was a huge, like, British fashion magazine, and pop culture magazine. They had streetwear in the back, like, the last 2 pages to 5 pages were all just streetwear looks, and I used to base a lot of my looks off of that in high school. And do you guys remember ID magazine? You know, I was always reading, you know, Vanity Fair. I mean, I was always watching. I knew all the new perfumes that came out. I mean, I could, you know, I knew what a Chanel jacket looked like when I was in 7th or 6th grade. Like, you know, I mean, I've loved fashion and that shit for a long time. I don't know that I care as much about it now as I did back then, but I really appreciated it back then. And makeup and all of that was just part of it too, you know, like looking at makeup looks and looking at the artistry of makeup look and things like that. And I can remember when, oh God, I'll probably mispronounce his name, but Kevin Aquan's book came out like years and years and years ago. And one of my friends gifted it to me because they said, oh, I always think of you so much as an artist, you know, and I thought that was interesting. And people always told me to go to hair school and go to makeup school. They were like, you would be such a great you know, if you went to cosmetology school and you got your makeup and hair license, you'd be so good at that. And, you know, and it was something that I really did think about for a while. But when I was graduating from high school, that wasn't really an option they pushed on guys. You know, that wasn't like, I don't remember any guidance counselor talking to me about, have you ever thought about going to hair school? But I will say this, in 1990, I think that it was such a gay career if men were in it. I mean, there were straight hairstylists, but there were a lot of, because this guy that graduated a year behind me, he used to do my hair, and he was very successful. But he ended up owning his own salon and everything, and he was straight. But I think the majority or the stereotype was that if you're a hairstylist, you're gay. And I wasn't even willing to accept that I was gay in high school, let alone, you know, the fact that I was going to be a hairstylist and be gay. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I kind of wonder what my life would look like, you know, looking back on all of that stuff. But I've always had an interest in all of the beauty stuff. You know, I've always had an interest in all of the fashion, and I think it all goes together. I think all of the fashion, makeup, trends, and all that kind of stuff go together. So I don't know how I got into that. I was talking about that chapstick or that lip balm. And that, like, you know, and that's one of the things is I really enjoy using these products. I was actually watching, so Daniel Prada, who is Joey Graceffa's boyfriend, he just started a YouTube channel. It's called Mr. Prada. And apparently a lot of people ask him to start a channel. It's very Joey Graceffa, I will say that. It's like they're 2 peas in a pod. It's very contrived. I just don't relate a whole lot to that kind of YouTube. I think they're a very nice couple. I think they're very attractive. I think they're neat guys. From what I've heard behind the scenes, they're very clean cut. They take their relationship very seriously. And I like that, you know? I think they're good role models. But I was watching his videos, because I like Daniel Prada. I think he's cool. And I was watching his videos on his new channel. I think he has 2 or 3. one that's cute is he and his girlfriend go shopping at like TJ Maxx and Marshall's to like do this room. I will say this, like he can cook, he can garden, he's got like, I mean if you follow his Instagram you probably know this and stuff, but he's got like a real aesthetic eye. I hate that word, aesthetic. But he's got a real eye for like designing and whatever. And like at the end of this video, he's like, while he's answering questions or something, he's like putting up this little Christmas thing. And it's like, it's not anything that would take a genius. You know, he puts up like these little things that you could get at, you know, Marshall's or TJ Maxx and say like, believe, and Christmas time is here and stuff. And he's got like, you know, a little tree or something. But like, I couldn't do that. Like, I don't have that gene. Like, that, you know, that design gene. My husband has it, but I don't have that. Do you know what I'm saying? And he has it. And so it was interesting to watch. But he does this thing where he does like a Q&A. Oh, he's got 3 videos on the channel. The first one is, my channel's coming tomorrow. I don't know why we needed that video, but anyway. Then the second video is like a get ready with me, my morning routine kind of deal, ask me questions, and it's very, I mean, if you're gonna watch it, like it's not like my morning routine, it's extremely contrived. And like his friend is feeding him these answers, and then at one point like her head pops up like when he's cooking in the kitchen, and I don't know, like a lot of people like that kind of stuff. It's fun, you know, to watch. It's not anything too serious. So, and he kind of gets into some serious answers. I was kind of surprised, like he talks in there about, you know, coming from a family of alcoholic, and that he was very poor growing up, and he shares some stuff, but I always have a hard time, especially because, like, it's not like he just got on YouTube. It's like he's been on YouTube with Joey for a while, right? Like, when you watch a YouTuber and it's like they go back and forth between being, like, absolutely authentic to then, like, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like, and then it's like, well, I come from a really poor family, da-da-da-da-da. It's like, I don't know what to do with that, like, on YouTube or in life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, that makes me nervous. I'm like, who are you? Very serious? I don't know what to do with that. It just makes, I don't know what to do. Like, so anyway, but the videos are cute. They're real cute. And, I mean, I think he'll be very successful on YouTube. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't started a channel before. But, you know, I think the thing is like, when you're somebody like Joey Graceffa and you're like extremely successful on YouTube, you know, and you have a boyfriend who's good looking and could start a channel, and, you know, everybody would like just start to follow him right away and whatever. I think there has to be a little bit of pride with that too. Like, well, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it because I really want to do it, not just because, you know, like Alex really wants to start a YouTube channel now, okay? At first, he never wanted to be on YouTube. Then he was like, it's your thing. I respect it. I'll be in your vlogs. Do you remember this? We used to talk about this. He didn't want to be in the vlogs. Now he's like, I'll be in a vlog whenever you want me to be in a vlog, just ask, right? Now he wants to start his own YouTube channel. But this is the thing. He's like, I want to start a YouTube channel and I want to do it what I want to do, but you can't like be upset if I post something and people react to it a certain way or whatever. Or, you know, like, it's my channel and you have your channel, okay? And I'm like, yes. But, like, you know, Alex, people cannot always be real nice. And he's like, you need to let me do my thing. I can stand up for myself, which is the part that makes me a little nervous. But, you know, he's, like, still kind of, like, thinking about if he wants to do it or not. And I'm like, well, do it if you want to do it, you know? But don't do it because, I mean, I think a lot of couples get on YouTube and, they're like, we should, but like one does YouTube and then the other one's like, I should start YouTube too, you know? And it just doesn't seem natural. And it does become a part of your life though, like a really big part of your life, where it's like that other person knows enough about what's going on. Like, I have to say, compared to the people that I've talked to, like Alex really has very little knowledge of like really the YouTube world. Like, he really doesn't know the players or anybody. Like I'll say something, he'll be like, have no clue who I'm talking about, right? So, but other friends of mine that I've talked to that, you know, date people or married or whatever, and, you know, that are on YouTube, like, their partners have a little bit better of an idea than I think Alex does, but it's just not his thing, you know? The actual watching of YouTube and stuff like that. But like, Alex loves, like, he used to love watching Vine back in the day, and the Vines, and I love that too. And he loves to watch like the little memes on, you know, and he knows all those people. And there's like 5 or 6 YouTubers I would say that he follows right now. Like this Spanish guy that does these hilarious little skits on Instagram, but now he has a YouTube channel too. He watches him like every night and just lays in bed and howls. He just like laughs his ass off. And of course I don't understand anything because it's all in Spanish. He loves Kyle Krager and he loves all of his videos, and he bawled when Kyle Krager did the video about his dog passing away. And he's like, he was like, you and Kyle Krager should you? Alex just thinks it's like, I just pick up the phone and go, hey Kyle, would you like to do a video? He goes, you should call Kyle Krager and see if he wants to do a video about recovery because he's sober. And I'd love to do a video with Kyle Krager. I think he's awesome. And who else does Alex watch? There's somebody else that he watches consistently that would surprise you guys. Why can't I think of who it is? But I will tell you how balance comes into my life with all this, and part of what I've learned is that tonight it was like 8:30 and I was eating my dinner and I had gotten several messages about this drama thing, right? That I think would be a good video. And I was like, I should set up my camera and I should film this video right now. Because if I don't do it now, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, you know, somebody else will do it, whatever. And I thought, no, you have filmed 4 videos today. You filmed 2 videos today plus your vlog, and you filmed 2 videos for tomorrow. You read today, all this kind of stuff that I did. I researched something that I want to do that I'm going to talk about in just a second, possibly. And I did all of this stuff today, you know, and ran all these errands, and I was like, I'm going to relax now for the rest of the night. I'm going to go vlog and enjoy my vlog, and I'm going to relax. I can do the drama video on Friday. I got a video for my Peter Monn channel for tomorrow, so it's a rant video. Go follow it. You'll enjoy it, I hope. I had, you know, fun making it. So, but like that's where the balance has really come into my life, where I've learned to not feel like this, you know, like I have to. And like back in the day, honestly, and I think this was part of what was draining to me, was like something would happen and I would like immediately do it. Now I did it not too long ago with a Jake Paul thing, but I really just wanted to do the story, and I knew if I waited till the next morning I wouldn't really care as much to do the story, and Alex was gone and I was like, I'll do it, you know. But tonight I was like, I just want to relax, and I didn't feel the need to get up. And it would be different too, like we talk a lot about this, about when we move, I want to have a whole room that I can just like, it's just set up, that I can just walk into and film. Because now I have to set up the lights, I have to, you know, do this, do that. If it's late at night and there's no sunlight coming in, because if the sunlight comes in, it helps even with the ring light. But if I don't have that and it's just dark outside, like the shadows in the wall are horrible, it just looks bad. So, I mean, and, you know, we need our walls repainted anyway, and I don't know. And so then I thought about getting one of those YouTube like screens, you know, because they're not expensive. And I was like, then I just feel like that looks kind of so planned out. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that would look nicer as I sit in the car and vlog with my dirty windows? But anyway, you guys should go check out Daniel's channel, Daniel Prada's channel. It's called Mr. Prada. It's good. Oh, this is what I was going to say about it, though, talking about the beauty stuff. So, we wear the same cologne, by the way, Daniel Prada and I. We both wear Chanel Blue. So, if you want to smell like Peter Monn and Daniel Prada, go get some Chanel Blue. He said he's worn it for years, too, which I thought was interesting. I'm almost out of it. I need to get some more. But he like, they showed his, like, he was showing his beauty routine in the morning. And he was doing these like spritzing sprays, which like this vitamin C spritzing spray, which if you guys know some of these sprays like this, I used to use the Evian ones, and then I got this other one that was rose water, and it kind of got a little greasy. If you know some of them, would you recommend some of them to me? I like those face sprays. I loved those back in the day. But he would spray those on in the morning, and then he would put concealer on around his eyes, and then he did all this other stuff, and I was like he had a makeup routine. Like he used like Laura Mercier concealer, and then he used like the Kim Kardashian West something, like he didn't put foundation on. I can't remember what he put on, but anyway, but like he put several things of makeup on, and I was like, this is interesting. Like I would not guess that. But I also think that 2018 is so different, and I think more men, like, I can't tell you how many friends of mine that are women will talk about, like, makeup, and they'll be like, well, my husband, you know, he wears concealer around his eyes. I'm like, does he really? And they're like, oh yeah. Like, you don't ever? And I'm like, no. And it's not that I'm opposed to doing it, it's that I have no clue what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, I probably would if hell, I could use it, because I got some bags underneath my eyes. Alex and I had such an interesting conversation the other night. We were talking about plastic surgery, and he said, he goes, would you ever have any plastic surgery? And I said, I don't know. I said, I might. I said, you know, coming from the family of a plastic surgeon, I said, I'm not opposed to it. I said, I very much believe in the idea of aging authentically, you know? And he said, well, what do you mean? And I said, I just, like, as long as I can, without having to, like, get anything done, where I can look in the mirror and still be okay with myself. Like, I like that idea, you know? Like, I earned the wrinkles. I earned the aging, you know? Like, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the life that I've had. You know, I'm even proud of the mistakes that I've made, because I've learned from those mistakes. And, so he was like, so you wouldn't ever get a facelift or, you know, your eyes done or whatever. And I said, well, first of all, I'm terrified of surgery, okay, of going under. So the reality is that alone would probably keep me from getting surgery. And he was like, okay, so if that fear aside, and I'm like, are we hypothetically, what are we doing here? And he goes, okay, I said, what do you want to ask me? Like, is this about, you want me to get, do I need to get, he goes, no, you look great. I think you're sexy. And I said, okay, so what's this about? He goes, I just want to make sure that if I want to get something done down the road, you won't have a problem with it. I said, I could care less. I said, you know, you already get Botox about every 6 weeks. I said, I could care less what you do. I said, now, if it was something major, I said, like, I think that's a conversation that you have as a couple. And I really do believe that. If you have a major cosmetic procedure, I think that's a conversation. If it's going to alter somebody's, like, the way they look, I think that's a decision that a couple needs to make together, you know? And that's just because I'm a traditionalist. I don't know, you know? What do you guys think about that? Like, I mean, if I was gonna, I was thinking about shaving off my beard. I was like, and not for good, but I was gonna just try it. I was like, if I got below 200 pounds, I would maybe do a video where I shaved off my beard. And so I was like, but if I did that, I would, you know, talk to Alex first about it, because he likes my beard. I mean, he really likes my beard. And so, like, if I was going to shave it off, but, like, I've never seen myself with white hair and no beard. So I kind of want to know what I look like. But also, the beard for me is fat coverage. Honest to God, it is. I know you guys are like, well, it's not, I mean, what do you mean by that? I mean, I know what insanity that sounds like. It's like it's not covering up any fat, but I feel like on some level, I don't know. Don't ask me. I just don't know what I want to have chubby cheeks with white hair. I'm kind of a little scared of that. So I'm like, well, when I lose weight, you know, then maybe I could just shave the beard once and see what I look like with it out, with no beard, or if I, you know, want to go without a beard, or what I want to do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? I don't know. I might want to not have a beard. So, I came up with this idea. Are you guys ready? Now, I need to probably tell you how ideas happen for me, okay? I literally, I would say 99% of my, 99.95% of my ideas happen in the car. And, if I even told you all of the, half a quarter of the ideas that I had, most of them don't ever come to fruition, because I either talk myself out of them, or I think they take too much time, too much effort, or too much work. And that, I will tell you, is one of my concerns about this idea. But, oh, my husband's calling me. Hold on a second. I hate that ringtone. I need to change my ringtones. I don't even know how to do that. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This camera is weird with how it focuses. Anyway, my husband was telling me about his dinner conversation, and what he had, and their work day, and they had Qdoba. So exciting. Anyway, we were just kind of catching up throughout the day. But anyway, so, this car has, like, driven so close behind me, and they're like, right behind me, and everybody keeps on like passing me by, and this car will not pass me by. And I'm like, why are you so right behind me? Anyway, do you see how bright their lights are? Can you see that? Anyway, okay, so I have this idea, right? Now, like I said, my ideas, okay, 99.95% of them never even happen. But I get ideas and then I get real excited about it and I'm like, oh, this is a good idea. I mean, I'm totally an ideas guy, right? So I was thinking, you know, I love to write and I'm really wanting to do this Christmas book. I'm like outlining it and I've got the characters like outlined and I have the beginning, I have the end, but like I don't know that I want to wait for a year for it to be published. And I mean, to be honest with you, the money that I would make off of publishing this book, I'm not so concerned about. It's not like I'm going to make a shit ton of money off of it or anything, you know what I mean? Would I like to get it published? Absolutely. Who wouldn't? What writer wouldn't want to be published? But like, that's not huge to me. So I was like, I really, like, if I was going to write the story, I'd like to like get it out for people to enjoy. But it's a holiday story. And so I would want people to enjoy it during the holiday. And I thought, well, what if I just put it online? Like, what if this is where it started kind of like, I got real serious with myself because I was like, okay, that's a commitment. That's going to be hard for you to keep. But what if I wrote like a chapter a day and, you know, put it online that people could just go to and read? And then over the month of December leading up to Christmas Day, when the book ends, they could read the book. What do you guys think about that idea? Do you like it? I'm thinking about it. I may do that and just give it away for free online. Like, not give it away. I mean, like physical copies because I don't have that. But that I would just write it and whoever wants to, you know, read it every day leading up to that could read it. And then as of January 1st, what I would do is I would just privatize all that. So then try to hopefully, you know, maybe get it published. They say don't ever do stuff like that or show your writing online because publishers don't like that. But this is more like, you know, like a passion of my heart that I want to like do this story. Like this story is feeling very personal to me. And so I don't know that I really care if it ever, you know what I mean, is like that. I think it would be just fun. Do you know, like back in the day that they would do like, you know, like some writers back in like the 30s and 40s, I think, did this. And they, like a couple people did it a couple years ago. Like Stephen King, I think, was one of the people that did it, where they, come on, car. This is the car that was behind me. They are acting crazy. They were like pulling over into the middle of the lane going the other way. But like where they would, they're called like serials, I think, where they would like release a book over like four different like smaller books. So that's in essence what I would do, but I would release a chapter a day. Do you guys know anything like this out there? I'm sure there are tons of people that are already doing it. If that is the case, could you, if you know of anybody, could you leave it in the comment section below or direct message me or email me? Because I'm really wanting to try to find, I want to see some examples of how they do it. But I don't know that I can make a commitment to write a chapter a day. A chapter a day for me is like 11, 12 pages written a day, and that's a lot. I don't know that I could do that every day. Unless I made it a really short book and I just didn't, you know, I made it more like 5 or 6 pages a day. That's easy. That would be easier for me to do. But I have to write the chapter, and then I have to edit the chapter, and then I have to post the chapter. So I'm probably talking about 3 hours a day, 3 to 4 hours a day of work to put that up there. You know, sure, it would be nice to get paid for that, but that's not why I'm doing it. I just thought it would be a fun way to kind of give back, you know, and I love to read I love to write, and so it's a way for me to write and put something out there that I love, and then at the beginning of the year pick the other books up that I'm working on. I don't know, what do you guys think of that? Do you like that idea at all? Does that sound corny to you? Would you possibly read it? Would you not read it? I mean, it would be completely free. You wouldn't have to pay for it at all. You know, all this stuff on like YouTube and basically living online and all this kind of stuff, There are so many different ways to make money. Sponsored videos. You know, I could do this and I could, you know, keep the whole thing private, and then you would have to like make a donation or pay like a fee to like read my book, you know, or selling manuals online, or, you know, sponsored posts on Twitter or Instagram, or, you know, ads in your videos. There's so many different ways to make money online that I try to really pick and choose the ones that I do. And that's not saying that I wouldn't get to a point where I would do like, you know, 2 sponsored videos a week. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't have an issue with sponsored videos. I have an issue when people sponsor videos about shit that they don't really care about. Like, that's my issue, right? And I don't really ever try to get sponsorships on videos. Like, I know a lot of people that do try to get them, but I don't try. I mean, I don't ever, nobody ever reaches out to me, first of all, to do a sponsored video. Like, I can't even remember the last time that I got reached out to. I think it was this hair care product, the Hans de Foucault. I think they're the last people that reached out to me. And that was when we went to Miami, and that might have been our anniversary a year and a half ago or something like that. If it was not then, it was when we were going for, you know, Ultra. So I don't know, because I can remember landing in Miami and getting that email and like emailing the woman back while we were waiting for the Uber. I don't know how I remember that, but I remember that. And I love those products. And I had used those products before because Alex had a sample kit. So I had no problem standing behind that. But like, I don't, people will send me products because I talk about stuff. Like, this is almost more of an honor to me. Like, Pop-Tart sending me those things, or like Key Sunglasses sending me the sunglasses and stuff like that, you know? And I love that, but I mean, I'm not getting paid for any of it. And not that I necessarily care. I don't know, maybe I should make more of an effort to do that stuff. I don't really know how to, I don't know. I'm not any good with that kind of stuff. I just kind of do stuff because I love it, you know? And so then, like, I don't know. But I think, like, it seems to me it's interesting because a lot of YouTubers that, like, I watch, it seems like as the year kind of comes to a close, they're doing, like, more and more sponsored videos and more of this kind of like sponsored posts kind of stuff, and more ads. Like, if you go to Instagram, they have to put hashtag ad. And I'm like, this is interesting to me that people are doing a lot of stuff at the end of the year. And you know, YouTube is kind of like notorious for like AdSense money is really bad January, February, March, and doesn't really pick up till like the end of April or May. And these are people that obviously live, off of YouTube. And I mean, like, and they make huge sums of money, millions of dollars a year, you know? And I'm like, so are they doing all of this because like November, December are like great AdSense months, so that then they're doing all of like the sponsored videos as well, and just getting all of this stored so that January and February they don't have to do as much? It's interesting to think that way, you know? And I mean, because that would be like, I mean, it would be smart. I just don't think that way. I got, like, there's this website that you can apply for. Well, there's a couple different websites that you can apply for to do sponsored videos on and stuff like that, and sponsored posts. And I apply for them every once in a while, but like I never get them. And the thing is that like, and I always way low bid them. So if it's like $5,000 that they're like, we'll pay $5,000 to an influencer or whatever, I always low bid it like at $250, which is crazy to me, and they never like even respond to me. And I'm like, okay, you pay $5,000 to one influencer, but you won't pay $250, and this is actually a product that I really believe in. And I right down to the detail of what I'd say in my video, because I'd straight up come up in a video and be like, this is a sponsored video, but I want y'all to know I really believe in this, and you know, this is blah blah blah, whatever. But I know YouTubers out there, I mean huge level YouTubers that are making Like, people think that you can make good money off of YouTube, which you can, but people think that that these people are making like 10 times as much money with sponsorships. I'm talking like $100,000 for a sponsored video. Can you even imagine? And like, I'm going to use Tana Mojo for example, because I've never talked to her and I don't know anything about her like sponsored videos or whatever. But when she does a sponsored video, okay, and you have to think about that her audience is mostly under the age of like 22, and they're pretty impressionable from a marketing point of view, that she has a real fix on that generation, right? So anything that she talks about in a video, people are going to want it. I mean, she talks about Taco Bell in a video, 200,000 people are going to want to go get Taco Bell. So if you're Taco Bell, whether you love Tana Mojo or not, you would want her talking about your product, right? And it's interesting because I can talk about, like, I can even just say the Chinese buffet in a video and people will be like, oh my God, now I'm wanting the Chinese buffet. I can tell you there will be at least one person tonight after watching my vlog that, because I've talked about this Starbucks Cinnamon Dolce Keurig, somebody will go out and buy it, or when they're in the grocery store, they'll get it. They'll say to themselves, oh, Peter really liked that, I should get it, right? But that to me is natural endorsements. That to me is like naturally talking about a product. And like I said, it's not sponsored. Like, I talk about things I really like, but I'm not opposed to doing sponsored videos, obviously. Why not? Would you not want to get paid for something that you believe in the first place? I have a problem when it's like they're doing all these sponsored videos about shit that they could care less about and they don't believe in. You know what I mean? People all wanted me to talk about that better health thing, and I kind of stayed out of it. And I'll tell you, if you don't know what I'm talking about, a lot of YouTubers were sponsored by this Better Health, which was this website. I haven't used this pumpkin pie chapstick in quite a while, but it was this website that basically you go in there and they have like online, you know, counselors and whatever. I have always in my life, from the day that I got sober, whenever I recommend something to somebody that has anything to do with addiction or mental health, I always either use a service or a treatment program or you know, residential facility or whatever that I know something personally about because I've experienced something personally from it, or somebody that I know has had a great experience with it. It's like psychologytoday.com. It's not sponsored. It's like one of the reasons why I really believe in it is because, I mean, friends of mine for years like have found counselors and treatment programs on there. So it's like that, you know, it's like, but I wouldn't recommend something, especially that has to do with mental health or addiction, about a program that I have absolutely nothing to do with, know nothing about. I would never do that. I don't know, what do you guys think about sponsored videos? Does it bother you? Does it depend on how natural it is? I just don't understand why people can't just come out and be like, this is a sponsored video and I don't give a shit about this. I mean, no, they can't say that because you know, then they won't get paid by the company. But to say, I think this is a pretty cool product, you know, and like they just sent it to me and I started using it, and hey, so far I've enjoyed using it and I think it's really cool. I think what like companies don't understand is if you're a Tana Mojo, just by holding up a product and saying that you've tried it and it's cool, you're gonna get a lot of people. You don't have to say this is the greatest thing in the entire world, right? But then basically what you're doing is you're paying people to lie as an advertisement, and I don't know what I think about that. To talk about a product that they don't really believe in, you know what I mean? I mean, it happens all the time. We're not stupid. It's like, it's not like those Fanta girls like dance around all day long and they're just so happy to be Fanta girls. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, come on, it's just, you know, I mean, I'm not stupid, but that's also a commercial that you see on TV. It's a little bit different when you have developed a relationship with somebody because you watch their videos every day, you watch their life, you know the stories of their life and everything, and then they hold up a cup of coffee and they go, I really love the Cinnamon Dolce from Starbucks, and you know in their mug that they, or you don't know, but in their mug they have straight up Folgers or something, and they're like, I love it so much. And they don't say one thing in the video about it being sponsored, but underneath there, it says like, Starbucks, use code Peter. You know what I mean? It's like, so are you just saying that because you got paid, or are you saying it because you believe it? I mean, I know everybody does it, but the other thing that people don't realize, like companies don't get, is that the more people that do that, right? The more people that do sponsored videos about things they don't believe in. So like if a company reaches out to you and they say, oh, we want you to like, you know, talk about this coffee. And you're like, okay, but I've never had it before. Well, we don't really care. We just want you to get on video and say how much you love it and it's, you know, whatever. Okay, I can do that. So you get on video and you do it. Well, when there's 5 people that are doing similar videos, because they, you know, paid a lot of different YouTubers to do it, and so they do that, and then like I don't take that shit seriously anymore. Like whenever somebody's doing a sponsored video, like I can really tell when like somebody believes in it and somebody doesn't. And I'm like, should I throw out a name? Should I not throw out a name? Like Rich Lux, like when he does sponsored videos, like I've talked to him on the phone about something. He'll be like, this shit is so cool. This bag that I got, this cosmetics bag is really cool. Like they sent it to me and blah, 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 whatever, you know. And he gets excited about this stuff. You know, he really believes in it. Okay, well, you can tell when you watch somebody in a video, right? Like if they really believe in it or not. And with the ones that you can, that it just is like they're just trying to make their money. Do you ever go to that code? I mean, would you, if you were like any kind of rational, you know, human being that, you know what I mean? I wouldn't. So then the companies are really losing out money because the people look at it and they go, oh, it's a sponsored video. Instead of sending it to somebody that was like, hey, I'm impressed with your product, like, you know, send it to me. Because usually, like in the past, when somebody would reach out to me or if I reached out to them to do a sponsored video, which, I mean, I literally haven't done it in a long time, but I'm gonna start. I need to, I guess. But they would say, I mean, everybody else is doing it. They would say, yeah, this is what we want to send you. And I'd say, well, I don't feel comfortable, like, talking about it on video unless, you know, it's an honest review. And what's interesting is that I would say about 20% of the companies were like, yeah, absolutely, no problem whatsoever. The rest of them were like, you'll have to send us your video first to let us know what you think. You know, and many times I would try the products and I really liked them. So it was a no-brainer. But, you know, but there were a few times that I tried the products and I didn't like it at all. And I can think of like all the products that like I was either sent the product to talk about or you know, it was a sponsored video. Like we did, like the watch that I did, which I mean I wear it all the time. It's, did I take it inside? No, here it is. The Jode watch, Jord. It's a fantastic gift for a husband or a wife. They have them for men or women, not sponsored because I don't even know what my code is anymore and I don't even know if it works. But this watch is fantastic. I get so many compliments on this watch. Do you see that? I love this watch. It's really the only watch I wear anymore. The Hans DeFuco products, I use like 3 to 4, I mean, I use different kinds of hair products every other day. So every 3 to 4 days a week, I use those products. Alex uses them too. They're fantastic for short hair. And the Helix bed, I mean, I can't even tell you how comfortable our bed is. So those are 3 sponsored videos that I did, and I did like a beard oil, I think. So maybe we did 4 total. Oh, we did like so yeah, but the beard oil, I liked that too. And it was like a little kit that they sent me. And the Helix bed, like, I mean, I can't tell you how many times we've been out to dinner with our friends, and they're like, yeah, we need to get a new mattress, and we're like, you need to get a Helix mattress. Like, they're totally worth it. The foam mattresses, I totally believe in them. I mean, they are so comfortable. It is probably the most comfortable mattress. And I don't know how different they are from a Helix to a Lowell to a Dreams, whatever they are. I don't even know the different names, but you know what I'm talking about. But we got a Helix one, and I cannot tell you how comfortable that bed is. I mean, it's so comfortable. And we tell our friends, and they're like, yeah, but it's not really like a mattress. And we're like, yeah, it is. It is totally like a mattress for about the fifth or a tenth of the price. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. And then we did 1 or 2 like treat unboxings, you know, from like around the world. Those were fun to do. Alex and I like doing those. But in 2 years, that's it. That's like all I've done. And I feel like I did a lot during my first year, and like, I mean, I don't think I've done one this year, in 2018. Somebody a while ago made this video, and they said to me about like every video I do is sponsored now. I was like, said who? Can you name me 5 in 2018 that I've done? I know for a fact you can't, because I know I haven't done that. I don't even know that I've done 1 in 2000. I can't remember the last sponsored video that I did, honestly. Now, I did, on my BookTube channel, I did Page Habit for a while, which was an unboxing. I had an affiliate link on there for being a Page Habit ambassador. And guess what? They went under and I didn't even know it. Somebody messaged me and said they tried to use the link and the company had shut down. I didn't even know it. I just wondered why I wasn't getting my box anymore. And it wasn't like I made a whole shit ton of money off that anyway. I mean, I was lucky if I made like $20 every 2 months or something, you know what I mean? And there's been other boxes that I've like unboxed on there, like Spooky Crate, I think is the other one. But I didn't have an affiliate code. I have like a discount code for people. So, yeah, I don't know. If I was doing sponsored videos all the time, I'd tell you, it'd be a much merrier Christmas. But I don't have issues with people that do them. I really don't, you know? I kind of look at them like this. As long as they can stand behind the product like they believe in it, or at least they can just, or at least if they're not going to do that, they don't go, oh my God, I love this product so much. They're just like, hey, here's the product. My video is sponsored by this product. Go check it out, blah, 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 whatever. I've heard great things about it. You know what I mean? Okay, that's honest, it's fair. I don't have a problem with that at all. It feels kind of to me like a little bit of an advertisement at the beginning of a video. You guys are like, why are you going on and on about this? I don't know. Because I feel like in the last couple days I've seen so many sponsored videos from just, and what's weird about it is not just like one kind of YouTuber, but like so many different kinds, like family vloggers, mommy vloggers, you know, this, that, beauty influencers. It's like all this kind of stuff. What's interesting is when you go on these sites, right, that like you can like bid, there are so many beauty products. I'm talking about palettes, and they're not like the palettes that we all talk about, like the James Charles palette or the Norvina palette or the Jeffree Star. I mean, they're like palettes that like I've never even heard of before, right? And they're offering people like up to $1,000 to review this palette, and I'm like, what beauty influencer out there is like doing a review of this palette and getting paid to do like a sponsored video, and they're not saying that it's sponsored, but they're so low, they're like, let's just say they're at like 120,000 subscribers, so people will pay them like $1,000 to do this sponsored video, but nobody knows it's a sponsored video because nobody that's big is obviously doing this review because it's a makeup brand that nobody's heard of. Do you know what I mean? Like, because some of these videos will straight up say, like, you know, we want the sponsorship to be kept, they won't say, like, hidden, but, like, they'll basically say we don't want it to be, it's going to shut off, hold on a second. They'll basically say, like, you know, we don't want to, like, advertise that it's, like, a sponsored video or whatever. Well, you have to. That's the law. It's FTC. Like, you have to do that. You have to disclose that it's an ad. I don't understand how like people don't get that to this day. Like, it's, you have to disclose, right? Like, and I don't understand why it's such a big deal. I was watching one of Tyler Oakley's videos the other day where he was going home for, I think it was when he went home for Thanksgiving. And I hadn't watched a Tyler Oakley video, and I can't tell you how long. I used to watch every single one of his videos. And what I found was they aren't a whole lot different from what I found back then, except for that he's in 100 times better shape. Now he is like, man, he has got a body on him. He's been working out. That's inspiring. But I think he's more focused on his activism now and stuff like that. I mean, he gets all these awards and all this kind of stuff, but he gets sponsored videos, and I'm like, I know channels out there that are getting 3 times as many views of every video that you post, and they don't have anywhere near the subscriber amount that you do, but because they don't have the subscriber account, because people don't look at the views, which is what really matters, right? If you're getting 300 to 500 to 1 million views a video, I mean, you got some impact on the world, right? Doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. But he's getting the subscriber, or he's getting the sponsored post because he has all these subscribers, like, you know, 7 million, 8 million or something like that. Now he's lost quite a few, but I do think that it'll turn around for him, though. I have this feeling that something big will happen for Tyler Oakley and he'll swing back up again. I don't know. I think he's kind of finding his niche, whatever. Or he may get off of YouTube, who knows. But his video, I mean, I like Tyler Oakley. The thing is that his videos just like, they just don't seem a whole lot different to me than they did, you know, 6-8 years ago or whenever he started YouTube. But he did a sponsored video and it was for Audible. And I was like, you were doing Audible sponsored videos. Like, I literally got Audible because of Gigi Gorgeous and Tyler Oakley. Literally. Okay? This is the truth. And Tyler Oakley and Gigi, and like back then everybody was doing Audible ads. I don't know if they still are. And then Psychobabble, his podcast, was sponsored by Audible. And, you know, I was real into it, and that's how I got on Audible. I can't even remember, like, what their first books were that they talked about on there, but, like, those, I think his might have been Fault in Our Stars or something like that, but that was, like, the book that, whatever book they talked about was, like, the first book that I got on Audible. One of them. I think I may have actually signed up for it with, like, code Gigi or something like that, because I signed up for it through one of them. But a lot of different people used to do Audible sponsorships back in the day.